Hey, the Joyful Yogini here. Happy Friday. Welcome to Feel Good Friday. So every Friday we have a different theme. And for this week's theme, I'm actually talking about dating apps and how to feel into the energy of the profile. So using your intuition and how you can make an informed decision when you're clicking that X or clicking off that heart or swiping right or swiping left. And I also want to respond to this comment that I saw posted on social media. I think it was earlier, maybe it was last week. And so I just want to some information channel through about that. And so I want to also be able to share that. Now, something, and hello. Okay, about this shirt that I'm wearing. This big water stain that I have here. Okay, I wore this purposefully. So let me explain. Hey Gustavo, how are you? I wore this shirt purposely. So just to let you know about I think about marketing and branding and things like that. And so before starting this live stream, I knew what pictures I was going to use to do the thumbnail. So the thumbnail isn't done yet. I'm going to have to add it after the fact. But I was going to use these pictures where I'm wearing the shirt today. And so then it's the continuity between what I'm wearing now, what I was wearing for the pictures. I'm good. How are you? Oh, you said you're good. I'm good. Um, yeah, so let me just get back on track here. So, anyways, I noticed just before coming out here when I was putting on some lipstick, I'm like, oh crap, I had a little bit of stain, on my shirt. So I'm like, oh, I'll get that. And then it's like, okay, well, now I got a big wet spot. And I actually had the debate, like, do I put on another shirt? Right? Like I thought, well, maybe I could wear like this shirt. And then I thought, no, it's going to wreck the continuity of the thumbnail. And so I'm like, screw it. I'm going to wear this stain and be able to talk about it. But now that you've seen it, I already have the continuity. I can always change. So I can change now and I will take your vote. So should I wear the shirt with the big water mark on it? Or should I do a quick change and just put on this tank? So lock in your votes and let me know. Oh, you know what? I didn't even bring water. Normally do a lot of talking during these things, and I didn't even bring water with me. Huh. So, hey, if I end up doing a quick change, maybe at that point I will get water as well. So let's talk about the theme. So how I decided to do this theme just because today I was on I'm on the Facebook dating app, right? And you know what? I just dabble. I'm just dabbling in it. It's not like I'm in a place of I want you to bring in my soulmate right now. I'm not necessarily in that place because I got a lot of shit that I'm dealing with. So it's more so kind of like dabbling on there, like seeing some profiles, going on some dates here and there, and just seeing, right? Because, hey, if my soulmate came forward, I'm not going to stop that from happening. It's just like, okay, trust in the divine timing. It's all there. And so that's why anyways, so today I was exploring the Facebook app or the dating app. And I was intuitively feeling in, hello, to each of the profiles. Namaste, namaste to you. And Jose, hi, lovely, hello. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Okay. OMG, are you single now? Since when? Well, I started the separation process September 24th. That's when I started the separation process. It's a long freaking process. But yeah, so I've just been dabbling. in the dating. And so as I was looking at these profiles today, I decided to take the time to really feel into the energy, because sometimes when I'm looking at it, I'll just be like, am I attracted to that look? And normally it's, if the look is like, no, I for sure can't do that, then I'll quickly click on the X, right? But if the look is pretty good, like something that I'm attracted to, then I'll continue down and go over the profile. And the good looking side of things, it's all your own perspective, right? It can be so different. It's I'm not necessarily going for a look that is like movie star look. You know what I mean? Like it anyways, I think it's important for you to just honor what you're attracted to, right? What's going to float your boat, and then I review it that way. But this time I was really actually feeling into the energy of it. Oh, and who's that? Oh, Armando. Very cool. Hi, Armando. Hi, to connect with you. Yeah, so I was using my five senses. So when you practice your intuition, it's about being open to connecting in with all of your senses. And so when I say that, you might think, well, you can't lick a profile, right? Like taste it. But actually, you can get sometimes a taste within your mouth, giving you a message about whatever you're getting an intuitive message about, right? Whether you're looking at a dating app, or whether it's reviewing a job description or things like that, you could happen to get a taste in your mouth. You could get intuitively a taste of your in your mouth that reminds me of your great grandmother's pasta. That taste that reminds you of her, or maybe what you think a particular flower might taste like. Have you ever had that where you've never actually tasted something, and you probably, in some things, maybe you would never want to taste, but if you were to taste it, you think, yeah, I feel like it would taste like this. You know what I mean? So you can get intuitive messages through taste. You can get intuitive messages through touch, through feeling. It's not just, your hand on something, but it's also feeling it within your body, right? Like, where might you get a message within your body? Like, sometimes I might feel things in a certain chakra. And if you don't even know what chakras are, they're just energy centers located in different parts of your body. But it doesn't matter if you know the chakras or not. Where are you feeling it in your body? Because there's also an association with how you love, or with any traumas that you've had to the heart. You can feel things in a certain way here. You can get messages about whether you're speaking your truth or not, whether you're in your confidence, your courage. You can get, yeah, they're different parts of your body, right? And this is your higher self, and this is your connection with source energy, and then your root, like ancestral stuff, and between your hips, it's your sexuality, like what turns your crank, what makes you feel joyful, what how do you ignite that creative, abundant, fertile flow in your life, right? It's all associated with that. So feeling in, so when I'm reviewing a profile, I was like, where do I feel this person within my body? That could be one thing I was taking in. And or where what chakras, what energy centers was I feeling? And this is stuff you can get practice in doing, right? But for me, what I was doing was like, where do I feel, like, what energy center am I tapping into? Was I feeling their heart, or was I feeling their like sexual chakra? Was I feeling their playfulness? Am I feeling their seriousness and how they're in their head? Like I might get some here, or like the shyness of I don't totally think I'm hot, but like people tell me I'm like a little sexy, so like I kind of feel that, like I might feel that, or I might feel like I am a good fucking lay. I was getting that type of energy. And there was some profiles where it was, you know, I I work out. I'm proud of my physique, and I don't have a lot of time for you, right? Like it was really neat to be able to delve in to their character, their personality, how and it kind of feeling into how they might sound, how their voice might sound. And really the vibration of their voice, it doesn't necessarily have to match how they really sound in real life. The way they sounded, let's say, like I was going like that suave type of doing, baby. Let me take you salsa dancing. Like if I'm feeling into that, the voice might be at that type of deep, like boom, boom, type of sound. Yet their actual voice might be higher, but the vibration of their, let's say, sexiness can come through the vibration of how I feel them to give me an understanding of where they're coming from on those deep levels, those deep energetic levels. So the vibration of people can give me an image, right? And so, yeah, you can use your five senses to tune into the profiles. You might even get a smell, maybe a smell of a cologne, or a perfume, or a particular flower. My deep voice vibrates the pile. Chad says you are very sexy. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, you guys are great. Thanks for why do I have these on? Can you guys hear me okay? Why do I have like am I connected to you through just give me the heads up. I'm sure you are hearing me, but just in case, because I forgot I still have these in. And I don't even know if they're properly connected to the phone or if they're getting my voice just through the speaker. So I love to talk. And thanks, sister. Thank you. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, today's experience using my five senses on the dating app was really cool. So, when I was clicking the X, I felt like I was confidently clicking on that X because I noticed sometimes I click and then I go, oh, wait, but maybe I was judging like the look, right? Or maybe uh, that was just a bad pick, or yeah, like I would get some things like that sometimes. And so this was like, no, just tune in, tap in, feel into the energy of it instead of just lazy daxy going through it. But like some of them, I think I can do really quickly. Right? It's like sometimes it's just going to be the look, and you can honor yourself for not being attracted to a certain look. That's okay. That's totally okay. It doesn't make you a bad person. We each can have attractions. And sometimes, like, you could be attracted to the nerdiest looking person, male, female, non binary, whatever, but totally see the sexiness of it, like nerdy according to society, right? Like whatever that definite, and you might be like, they're so fucking hot. Right? But if you're, yeah, so anyways, yeah, honor yourself. That's what I want to go back to, is honor yourself. Okay, so there was a comment posted on social media. I won't necessarily point out which platform, it doesn't even matter. And it was like someone posted it that I think is an absolute beautiful soul, because we're all going through our own emotional ups and downs and pains, and we're all going through our own shit. And so this person wrote a comment. I'm not taking it word for word. I'm just like providing the gist of it. But it was basically along the lines of, don't date if you're not ready to actually commit yourself to someone. Like, don't bother unless you're ready to like get in there. And there's nothing wrong with that thought pattern. But information started channeling through about that. So that's what I wanted to share. Because when you're this is what I've been experiencing, right? Like, I myself am I I'm not like my soulmate needs to come now, right? Like, as I said at the beginning, because I got a lot of shit going on. So it's not like I'm ready to like, bring him in. However, it feels right to dabble right now and to meet some people and to go out on a date, or just connect over DMing and messaging, and meeting people in that way. And it can be such an amazing learning process, right? You learn more about what you like and what you don't like. You can catch yourself in patterns. What people are you attracting? Are there things in common, or are you seeing a little bit a pattern of this type of characteristic that you go for in this person, but then there's that characteristic that has also been a pattern for you that you're seeing in this person really clearly. So it also gives you an opportunity to see your patterns and be able to make conscious choices of, this isn't for me. Cool. I saw that way quicker than maybe how often you did it in the past, and maybe how long it took you to notice. Or maybe this is just something you finally noticed after years and years and years and years and years, and you finally get it. And so now it's like, see, it's here, and you don't need that, and you don't need that, and you don't need that. Awesome. Let's help you get super clear on what you do need. So getting out there and dating, I think, is really important. And you don't have to know if you're totally ready, but you honor yourself in the process, because I've been finding I might dabble a bit and then not even go on the app at all for a while, and not putting my energy out there, and I'm not really getting the messages right now, which is so great, right? Because I got a lot of shit going on. So it's like, when you're ready, when you feel ready, you go in. When you don't feel ready, you back out. And doesn't matter how long you've been single to do that process, right? You just follow your own process. And what I think is also really important in order to heal your heart, it's to find the courage to, first of all, get your feet wet of dating in the first place, let's say, or getting your feet wet to actually get to know someone, and then maybe take them to another level to get to know them. If you think, oh yeah, maybe, I think they might be okay. And even if some red flags come up, notice them. I've been finding that also with dating, is that I might get a red flag up, but I'm like, I feel like I want confirmation on that one, like I want to explore more, because like the practicing of intuition thing too. And it's not because it's a game. It's because I want to make sure I'm making good decisions, right? So it's part of the process. And I think it's also important for you to be honest with yourself the whole time, right? Be honest with yourself of what you like and what you don't like. And sometimes you need to sift through it a little bit, right? You need to explore a little bit. You're sometimes you can't figure this out right away, right? You need to wade in the water for a bit and say, how does this feel? I don't know. Maybe I'll come back here again tomorrow and see if I do like it, because I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta feel into it, and having the courage to also put yourself out there, the courage to potentially be rejected. When I think about doing improv, it's like you have to overcome a fear of not knowing what to say, saying something stupid, and not knowing how to, if you can handle it. You got to let all that shit go and just trust that whatever comes out of your mouth, you can deal with it. Whatever comes out of someone else's mouth, you can deal with them too. So, in regards to the dating aspect of things, it's putting yourself out there and potentially really liking someone. There's a potential of you really liking someone and then you not being right for them, which can feel freaking terrible, right? Because, like, if you're like all in and go, wow, I like this thing about them and that thing about them, and they are just like total awesomeness. But if you're not right for them, then it's just not, they're just not your soulmate. That's all it is. It's not, and it doesn't mean that anyone did anything wrong. It just means that sometimes one person sees that it's not a good match sooner than the other person, right? And hey, Green Eyed Goddess. Hey, Ian. How are you? But then sometimes what might happen is that they have all the elements that you're looking for, but they're just your soulmate, right? But then they've given you the roadmap, right? That person can give you the roadmap for what you're looking for. So then you can be open to bringing that in. So it can be a gift if you're dating someone and they find out before you find out and they said, this isn't working for whatever reason. Sometimes they might be uncomfortable and totally speaking the truth about it, right? But for whatever reason, they're telling you that it's not working and then they can't do this anymore. Then it's a blessing that you can go, all right, what did I learn from this? I like that. I like that. Oh, I don't like that. And now you move on and you get closer and closer to who your soulmate is. And then sometimes you might meet your soulmate and either one of you or both of you are not ready to move forward. You got things you need to finish. And you might not realize that, right? But it's okay. It could be divine timing that you actually end up coming together. And then it could be fucking fireworks, right? Or sometimes it's going to be you that realizes that they're not right. And so, and for me, you got to go with what works for you. But for me, I don't want to be an asshole about it, right? And I want to be as open and honest as I feel comfortable to be, right? Whatever information I feel comfortable disclosing, then I'll do that to explain why I feel like it's not a good match. But it's also been challenging because, like, there was one response once was that it was them, like they screwed up, they needed another chance. I didn't see them in the best light. And I'm like, I'm intuitive. And so are you. You just might not be tapped into it right now, right? Like, we're all intuitive, but I'm tapped in. And yeah, sometimes I can get into my shit, but if I'm clear and balanced and focused and grounded, did I say grounded and connected, and information comes through that someone is just not the right match, then they're not. And there was nothing I wasn't going to put the energy in trying to convince them, but they sometimes they don't take it as you making the right decision, right? Oh well. Like, I can't change the way someone's thinking. So, hey, if you're on the dating apps or you're dating and then you have to let someone down gently and they think you're making a terrible choice, you can't do anything about it, right? And you might hurt some feelings, and you have to do the best that you can. And then sometimes your feelings might be hurt, and you might feel rejected because of someone not being the right match for you, right? So, dating, you have to have the courage to, yeah, put yourself out there. And sometimes it's just not going to be the right match. And and then you accept it as a beautiful learning and an adventure. That's what it is. It's an adventure, and you're learning more about you. So it's a super cool process. And just back to that comment that was made, that you shouldn't be on a dating app unless you are ready. Maybe it's just simply right for you to be doing it, not their definition of what being ready is. It's just what's right for you. And whoever had made that comment, I feel like it's because they got hurt. And so that's so hard. It is, it's so hard when you get hurt and you feel rejected. It's a wound, hurts that ego. But not only the, I know people's definition of ego, but we'll add on the wound to make that definition of ego more rounded. Because ego, it's not just about I'm a pompous person. That's not, that can be the definition of ego, but the definition of ego I mean is the one that brings you into your darkness, that brings you into those places of not being good enough, or needing to prove yourself, or that you should be scared or feel guilty, or wow, you should be so jealous. It should be you, not them, like that's all ego. And so we have to watch when that comes up, and sometimes we might react, and then we have to forgive ourselves for reacting, because you're just doing the best that you can, and emotions are going to ignite, and we use them as an opportunity to sift through our shit, sift through old thought patterns that have been creating distortions in our reality, that have been creating perceptions of things not being right, of things being bad, of things being scary, of you not being enough, right? So we want to release all that. We want it, well, at least I do. But you'll feel a whole lot better, the more we can continue to release. And speaking about releasing, TMI, warning, TMI, if you get grossed out easy, you might want to just step away for a moment. So for about the past month, I I've been going through what it seems is a really big detox. My body is purging big time. And it all started um, having a case of Costco kombucha. Now, I have had their Costco kombucha before. I know they have different brands and everything, so I'm not even going to say what brand it was because I don't remember what brand it was. But I've had this particular brand before, and it was awesome. I loved it. And but this time, I didn't realize it for the longest time that it was the kombucha. But I had the shits. And it was just like peeing out of my bum and for a really long time. And my belly would be all gurgly, and I was tooty, and just as soon as I woke up in the morning, needing to get to the bathroom so quick, and once I didn't quite make it, right? And then my daughter helped me to realize it was the kombucha, because one night I'm like, "Do you want to have some kombucha?" She says, "Oh, that makes my stomach really upset, Mom." And she says, "I read about it, something about like the Costco kombucha is making people's bellies upset." I'm like, oh crap. And I just had some. Like I didn't just pour a glass, I poured it and had drank it. So, oh no, maybe I didn't at that point. I'm just making up the story apparently as I go. No, I didn't drink it yet. I poured it and I said, okay, this is going to be my test because I want to see how this makes me feel. And so I had about, I don't know, maybe 2 inches worth in a small glass. And then, yeah, after about an hour, I noticed my stomach like, and then it got worse as the night carried on. And then in the morning, it was like, get up and get to the bathroom quick. So I stopped having it, but it's my body is still purging. It's like it's not as bad as it was. So it's starting to soften or harden, I should say, a little bit. and yeah, it's definitely slowing down. I even feel like I've lost more weight because of all of the purging that I'm doing. So I'm literally going through a detoxification physically, but it's affecting me mentally, emotionally, and spiritually too, right? I'm getting more and more connected. I'm going through a big healing process as all of us are. And the more conscious you are about it, the more things can literally flow through you, but not necessarily in the same way as flowing through me. We can all be getting different types of physical symptoms. So maybe it's migraines, maybe allergies are super bad, maybe it is your digestion. Yeah, it messes with the gut flora. It does. It always happens to me when I drink kombucha. Oh no, normally I'm okay. Thank God it didn't happen when you were doing yoga. And there were a couple of times I was worried about it. Seriously. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so still cleansing, but I'm on the mend. If you're experiencing some symptoms, I'm sending you some extra love. I know it can be challenging. Your sleep might be disrupted. You might be getting lots of needing to breathe through, maybe anxiety, maybe fear. Fear and anger was coming up a few days ago very intensely, like collectively. And now there's like sadness and a little bit of guilt, like that kind of stuff is coming up. It's a healing of the heart, but also the throat is still very much involved right now. Speaking your truth, body pain, yes, absolutely. you, are you feeling it in your joints, or is it pain within your muscles? Because that's interesting. Or right within your bones. It could also be within your bones. I've been having the inside of my left knee has been bothering me. So that's the left side is your feminine side. So you can also think about what side of your body, if it's one side more than the other. So my left side inside knee. So about stepping forward, into that goddess energy. Oh, chronic, right? Oh, muscles, upper back and neck, body pain. Yeah, you know what I'm getting is the need to go a little deeper um, in your own divine timing, right? So, no pressure about this whatsoever. But when you're ready and needing to go a little deeper into the emotional side of things, the energetic side of things, because I feel like there's a relaxation that's happening using different tools, but it's not getting the depth. There's like a depth of, I want to say, anxiety that's kind of at the core. It's like a root issue from ancestry. Oh, I'm hearing great aunt would like had experienced this. So it would have been maybe something that was prominent within the character, and whether you knew why or not, but there's like this core of anxiousness. And this is for me too. This is an alignment. We are aligned. And okay, so great aunt, I know for sure my great aunt. You can see if that resonates for you, but great, I know for sure for me, great aunt. Um, okay. And so this core of anxiety, it affects the body. It can affect the nervous system, and it can affect the oxygenation within the muscles because there's a constriction, and it can cause constrictions in flow. So numbness, constrictions and flow, when your arm falls asleep and stuff like that, your fingers fall asleep, if you're sleeping in a certain way, it can cause like numbness within the body. And so that core of anxiousness can help to be relieved from beautiful deep breathing. So listening to guided meditations, the shavasana, right? The shavasana of our yoga classes. You can listen to solfeggio frequencies and just breathe. The belly breathing to get the core of that solar plexus is really important. So the belly breathing. So as you breathe in, the belly expands, and as you breathe out, it flows within. And this will also, it will help with that circulation within the muscles, okay, within the muscles, within the nervous system, as opposed to the constriction. You know what I can relate this to? If you had like a wire, you know a wire, and let's say it has various kinks in the wire, just creating these different constrictions along the way. So there's constrictions to circuitry, right, within your body. So if you think about the nervous system, there's constrictions because it's almost as if you're experiencing something and your body is feeling that, oh, I don't like that, oh, ee, ooh, ooh, right? And you're creating little kinks. So how are we getting, how does that hurt? Well, it's based on our thought patterns. So if we're thinking that that's bad and that's shitty and that's not okay and I should be scared and oh fuck, this isn't good, like all those different types of thoughts create kinks within our circuitry, within our wires, within our nerves. Okay. And so we need to increase the flow of that circuitry, straighten things out, open things up, and allow the energy to flow beautifully, right? It's like pushing out to the side so it's no longer kinked, right? As that energy is flowing. So to do that, we have to have more positive thoughts, more thoughts that feel better. But you can't fake it, right? Like if it is okay, like that's so fucking shitty that happened. You have a thought like that, and then you go to everything's gonna be okay. Like right to there, like forcing it. I meant to do that in a forcing way. I'm gonna be happy about it. But really, that there's not an honesty in that, and the energy hasn't transmuted. We need to take the density of the energy that comes from a thought of, oh, fuck, that sucks. And we need to transmute it to lighter vibrational energy. So we need to change the thoughts and the words around that situation to make them gentler and lighter. So the vibration starts to get higher. We need to keep increasing the vibration. So you're not necessarily going to do it in 5 seconds, right? Sometimes you need some time to be able to adjust the vibration of the energy because you need to believe. So, okay, we had a tornado, right, that blew through Uxbridge, and it It also went to, Ajax and Whitby and Pickering is also in Ottawa. Like a lot of different areas experienced it. And we had an actual tornado hit down in several places within Uxbridge that destroyed houses, destroyed so many trees, took out so many power lines, blew the roof off our arena. Like we had a lot of destruction, devastation, right? Has affected so many people. So it's pretty shitty, right? It's pretty shitty. There's a lot of people who are displaced. Um, w- s- Almost all of it, well, a lot of people. There's a huge section of the town were up for 72 hours. There's some longer. We had to throw out all the food in our fridge and freezer. Think about all those condiments and everything. Like that's a lot of money. And not everyone has the money to be able to replace that, right? But apparently you can contact your insurance company. So anyways, so we can easily have these negative thoughts. Can you see? Like this is a shitty situation. Um, but if we hold on to the shittiness of it, it creates a density, a heaviness. Anytime you think about that situation, it's like, oh. And so it muddies your energy field, which affects what you're bringing into your life. Okay. So, um, what we can do in this circumstance of dealing with something that's um, devastating in many ways, um, you can say things like okay, here's an example. I had to throw out everything out of my fridge and my freezer, and then a friend said to me, it took a tornado, but you finally cleared your fridge out. You cleaned your fridge out. I mean, yeah, that's fucking funny because yeah, it did take a fucking tornado to do it. Um, so I had an opportunity to laugh about it. So I was able to laugh about a situation that's associated with something that was like hard to swallow, right? Um, and then, I thinking about the people who are displaced, like my heart goes out to them. And I heard that some of them are having to bop from hotel to hotel with their family and not have much with them. That is very disruptive, right? You're not in your regular flow. And then so I thought, well, if I had to go through that, how might I look at the situation to be able to flow with the experience of it? Because I don't want to fight against what I'm facing, right? Whatever I'm facing, I can get through it, right? And I think like I'm going through a shitload of stuff in my own way, right? We got anyways, I've spoken about it on different streams. I don't need to go into it now. So, yeah, we all have our own shit. And so with the situation about the tornado, let's say, I thought of, okay, so if I had to go from hotel to hotel with my family, I want to make it of like, let's see this as being mini vacations and testing out different hotels and different communities. And insurance is going to end up paying for food and stuff like that. Let's use it as, an experience like that. And then let's say a house needs to get rebuilt, and then you're going to have everything will be new. It's like, yes, it's not going to be easy. We'll have to work through emotions. It's going to be different, but there could be some fun in it. There could be some adventure in it. There could be some excitement in it. So starting to draw on those different elements in whatever situation you're facing or whatever situation you need to process, right? Of what you're associated with. The most important thing is for us as individuals to shine our light, because when we shine our individual light, we we positively affect people around us. we raise their vibration up, and that can end up helping them to get through with whatever they're facing. So that's interesting. We were talking about dating, we're talking about the Facebook app, right? We were talking about um, feeling into the energy of profiles, and then the comment about dating and the need to be able to flow with what's right for you, right? So maybe you get your feet wet, maybe you'll pull back, and then you speak your truth when something's not working and have the courage to be rejected, but then to try to change those thoughts maybe around it, right? We're talking about changing those thoughts to be, well, I guess this just isn't my soulmate. And so now, by me having this experience, I'm getting closer and closer to bring that soulmate in, because sometimes it's going to be about divine timing when you're meant to meet them. Sometimes you need to go through some experiences and learn more about what you want before you can actually draw them in. Sometimes you might need to do a little bit of healing first before they're supposed to come in, right? So it's about enjoying the adventure of it, right? Enjoying the adventure. And yes, some people are going to judge you, but if you're going to end up judging someone else within who's within the dating scene, then you're all you are is muddying your own energy, which will slow down your own process in bringing in that soulmate. Why not just trust that everyone is going to go along their journey in the way that's right for them? And sometimes we're each going to make choices that not everyone's going to agree with, but hey, oh well. We got to be ourselves, and we got to make decisions to the best of our ability for wherever we're at on any given day. So I'm going to pull some cards for the weekend reading. So I feel like, if you didn't feel like watching the dating stuff, then you might not make it this far to be able to get to the weekend reading. I don't know. But, anyways, I am going to pull from the Oracle of Angels deck. What do we need for this weekend? Oh, this is what I was also meant to share. They just reminded me. So there's a whole bunch of different areas in my life that have been going through disruption, right? Going through disruption. So we got career, we got financial, we got relationship, we got some health stuff going on. Like we got a whole combination of shit. And this one area of financial, I was like, it was really scary. I needed to get into a place of trust again. There was like definite constriction that happened, definite fear that came up. And then I finally got myself into a place of trust. And then I was able to get this experience that created some, right? It created some, okay, so that feels better. It's not necessarily what I was aiming for, but this actually, it feels good. It feels safe. I feel a little bit better. Like I was feeling some joy, feeling safety. When you think about Maslow's hierarchy of needs, we need to have that safety element. What makes us feel safe? And that's also part of shelter and food, and all of this was associated with that, right? Of being able to create a safe structure, safe foundation, roof overhead, food to eat, that we're okay. Okay, I needed that. And so the experience I had helped me to go, okay, I'm not in dire straits anymore. I have a safety net. It's like um, someone took a mattress and then put it down there. So it's like, it's okay. It's okay. We got you. We got you. You're going to be okay. And then as soon as I felt that, then more flow started coming in, more potential opportunities. And I'm like, oh, wow, that could be an opportunity, and that could be an opportunity, and that could be an opportunity. It just felt abundant. It felt really, really abundant. So I wanted to share that, is that if you can get yourself into a place of trust, or if you've had an experience like that recently, so, like an ah, then share it. Share. Let's share the high vibes. But if it hasn't quite happened yet, then focus on the trusting side. If you can focus on that the universe has your back, setting the intention, what do we need for this weekend? If you can focus on if the universe has your back, and that you listen, you follow your intuition, you have a strong intuition, and you make good choices, right? When you listen to you, when you make choices from your heart that feel right for you. Cool. Okay, so that's the first card. I feel like another card wants to come in. Okay, I'll pull this card first, and then who knows? It might be more cards from that deck, or it might be another deck. I'm not 100%. Okay. But the first card that wanted to come out tonight is strength. This challenge will make you stronger. You will get through to the other side. Look for the gifts in this situation. I think that message is so appropriate, right? I can definitely resonate with that message, and you can decide for yourself if it resonates for you. But I feel like everyone's been, to me, it seems like everyone's going through their own shit. And it hasn't been easy. And we've had ups and downs, intensity of emotions, and the opportunity to sift through the muck and to watch that lotus flower emerge from the muck and open. And then I'm seeing like golden energy almost sprinkling like fairy dust and the power of this beautiful birth. And that's your representation, is that flower coming out of the muck. So we've all been through a lot. It's been trying. It's been really trying, and we all have healing to do. And this, everything that you've been going through is purposefully orchestrated by the universal energy from your root soul mapping. We all have this soul mapping of that contain the intricacies of the learnings that we need to have, that are associated with clearing our past lifetime crap, as well as the ancestral lineage crap that we have been appointed to take on, to clear for our ancestry. And so, and if you have siblings, you might be clearing different things than what your sibling is clearing for the family. So you can embrace that you each have your own role. And so the intensity has been increasing for all of us over these past 2.5 years, for the purpose of stirring up the shit. They're just showing me a shovel going into the ground, and there's like some hard ground in there. It was really hard, and we needed to have a little bit of an earthquake. And actually, apparently, there was an earthquake on Mars not too long ago. Very interesting, right? So the energy, the disruptive energy of Mars, I don't know where it is on our planet. or where it is on our charts, but and I'm not an astrologer. But that's got to affect us, right? The energy of that type of disruption, that core root disruption. So we've all the events that have been happening all over the world, and the events that have been happening within our own communities and within our own families, um, and within ourselves, our individual experiences. All of this is beautifully orchestrated to get through that dirt. Like, it's been that hard core root stuff that's been stuck, creating congestion. It's like they're showing me a spade going through, like a shovel going through the hard earth and breaking it up. And but now it's easy. Like, it's not it's actually quite loose now because of all the shit that we've been going through. And so we have an opportunity to air it out, turn up all the soil, and to decide how we're going to fertilize this soil, what the newness that we're going to create. And it's that lotus flower, right? That lotus flower is representation of the beautiful healing we're all going through. And our, yeah, it's our soul's journey. And that's so nice. Okay, so they said it's our soul's journey into greatness. And that's not an egotistical thing. It's for each individual being all of who you are and owning all of who you are. You know, each and every one of you are gifts, you're beautiful gifts. And we've been trained to be like, but I'm not that good, because people who are like, yeah, I'm fucking awesome at this. And then so we've been trained to go, you're a fucking dickhead. Right? But why not actually honor and embrace yourself for the gifts that you had to share? And it doesn't have to be done in a pompous way that I am all that in a bag of chips and you are the gum on the bottom of my shoe. Like, it's not that. That's not what I'm referring to. It's just about loving and appreciating yourself, honoring yourself for your gifts so you can share them, right? So you can be all of you. And when you embrace all of you, you attract other people in your life that embrace you as well. So, isn't that beautiful? So, yes, as we embrace ourselves, as we sift and sort through the depths of our emotions, um, then we get ourselves. Sorry, I lost the channel 1 second. So, when we sift and sort through the depths of our emotions, and we're consciously paying attention to our emotions and paying attention to our thoughts, and actively changing our thoughts, adjusting our thoughts in a way that works for us, being conscious about it, paying attention to it, seeing what we can learn from every situation and every interaction, noticing when we're judging others, and stop for a moment and see how you judge yourself in that way. And you can aim to find compassion for people being different, doing things in a different way, living their life in a way that works for them, and wherever they are on their soul's journey, right? And what they've learned and what they haven't learned, everyone's just doing the best that they can. And the less energy we can put towards how other people are wrong and not doing a good job, and how they're fucking up and how you wouldn't do things in that way. Let's instead take the energy that you were putting there and allow them to take care of that themselves. And then you put energy towards you being your best self and honoring yourself and clearing energy and cutting cords of other people who are maybe judging you, because that can create congestion within your energy field if you hang around people like that, you know? So we are getting stronger and stronger. And we need to nurture ourselves. We need to find ways to play. We have to find ways to feel sexy in our own skin. And lately, what I've been, when I had these ladies over helping me to purge some stuff in my house, getting it ready to sell, and a couple of women who I didn't even know at all, that came to help. So it was a really nice opportunity to get to know people in my community. By the way, I have a mosquito bite, which is why I'm scratching here. Um, and so when they arrived, I said, okay, so these are some choices of what you can do. And I had signs on the wall for each room, like this needs to be done, and this and this and this. And then another room had different things written down. And so I said, so what do you want to do? Whatever feels sexier for you. What feels really good that you're like, that will be fun. And so I think that's the way we need to approach everything and that we're doing. So it will help us to elevate that second chakra, which is the center of our joy, our fertility. She said, oh, I see pain all over body. Oh, great aunt suffers from pain all over body. Oh, you're a great aunt too. Wow. 2 months off for summer will probably help. Yeah, for sure it will. Hey, Compton, how are you? Sorry, I didn't see that green night goddess until now. That's why we are in alignment, beautiful. Okay, so yeah, we'll get through what we're going through right now. So whatever you're going through, you've got this. Get support. Find ways to be happy. Find ways to uplift. Find ways to feel sexy. To have fun. To get shit done. Right? It's not about putting off stuff. It's about slotting in the right time when you have the energy and focus, and like, okay, let's just get shit done. So it's also a take action type of time right now. When I look at that horse, it looks like they are charging forward. So we are in a place of fast movement is what I'm getting. Newness coming, and things are starting to move forward. Energy is starting to draw, magic is starting to happen. So trust in that process, that things are falling into place. And you need to find your inner strength and willpower right now. So the belly breathing is going to really help. The belly breathing is going to really help with getting standing into our power. Also, solfeggio frequencies are really important right now. Grounding into Mother Earth, getting outside as much as you can this weekend. But if, like right now, we have it's pouring outside. I don't know what the weather is supposed to be like over the weekend. If it happens to be really rainy, hey, if you can go for a walk in the rain, do it. Awesome. It would do you good. But if not, then listen to root chakra solfeggio frequencies or binaural beats, something that will help with grounding. Even tribal music, drumming, really earthy type vibrational music would be really beneficial right now. We're also going through a heart healing, so rose quartz would be really good. Um, Lemurian quartz is, I don't even remember what that's for. Lemurian quartz right now is coming, that it would be good. And I'm touching my Amazonite. So I think an Amazonite could be a really good match. Also, Arbor Vitae is a really great essential oil that we can continuously use. Maybe just freaking bathe in it. You don't want to overdo it. It's a little stinky. Like it's a cedar skunky smell. I like it because it brings me that calm and helps me to flow. But yeah, you don't want to bathe in it. Unless of course you like the smell that's a bit skunky. And that was my response to your reading. Yes, you said great aunt coming through. Yeah, as someone who, yeah, I got that. I remembered. Yeah, thank you. I thought it was pretty cool. I think that's awesome. And that, yeah, that's where you're definitely aligned in that way. That's awesome. Um, okay, so that's great. I feel like there is one more card, but it's an archangel card that wants to come through. Okay. I had chocolate peanut butter ice cream tonight. I was experiencing some joy, and they do have some shoulder stuff going on. Hey, whoever wants to join my yoga class tomorrow, we'll get some neck and shoulder in there. Okay, open things up. Put pressure on ourselves, right? The pattern of that, we need to release that. Okay, hold on. What do we need for this weekend? What Archangel has a message to come through for us to assist us with the energy and healing opportunities over this weekend. Okay. Oh, 3 wanted to come out. Okay. Hey, Mary Riley. Yeah. All right. So 3 cards wanted to come out. Beautiful. Which order? Okay, I'm going to go from left to right. So the first one is passion, Archangel Haniel. Passion. Talking about dating earlier, so this is appropriate. Trust and follow your renewed passion in love life and career. Okay, so hey, you can decide what resonates for you. So for some, it could be your love life, and others, it could be career. It could be both, or it could be one or the other, right? Um, so right now we need to not only follow our heart, but it's a direct connection with the sacral chakra. So it's what feels joyful, what feels playful, what feels sexy. Okay, so I was talking about that, and it's definitely that connection of both the heart and the sacral chakra, and speaking your truth about it. Because just as an example, if let's say you were job searching and you're talking with, different people about your job search, maybe some friends or a recruiter, and when you read a particular job description, it's like, oh yeah, that feels good. That position would be awesome for me. I totally wanted to go for that. And then maybe sometime, whether you get an interview or not, or maybe some time passes and you learn more about yourself and you learn more about what you like and what you don't like. And then you get into a place of, oh, I think I want to go for this type of position because a message came through, you checked out that type of position. You're like, whoa, that is the position that I would really, really like. That would be cool. And then you learn some more, right? You can have some shifts and changes, and sometimes people, you might be fearful of judgment, or maybe someone, a friend or recruiter might judge you of like, you don't even know what you want. But you know what? Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you need to go through a learning process before you can really solidify what feels good for you. And it is about feeling into experiences. So whether it's a career, whether it's a relationship, how does it feel within you when this happens, or this is said, or this is the action that's taken or not taken, or or that next job description, how does that feel, right? So how does it feel? Does it make your heart sing? Does it feel sexy? Does it feel playful? Does it feel creative for you? Does it create excitement in some way? So feel into that as you're moving forward, and that will create the abundance, the flow. You'll hop in your flow. So they're showing me about, maybe there's a couple of different rivers, like different options are coming up, and these different rafts are moving in for you, and you can choose which raft you want to hop on, because maybe there's some different choices for you. And so as you feel into it, you can decide, I'm going to hop onto this raft. But there might be an opportunity, because these, in some cases, there'll be an opportunity to then go onto a different river with a different raft, right? That might have already been there, or another fork in the road another river will come up that will bring you to a new opportunity, or that will splinter out for other different opportunities down there. Right. So there's always changes that we can make, but it's about trusting in that flow. This feels good. Let's go. Right. We need to go. Oh, they just showed me the Komodo dragon. Right. That came up. I think it was on Wednesday, the Komodo dragon. And the Komodo dragon is very heavy, stocky, and it can be so quick when it's going after its prey. Normally it just like plods along, but it can go and it can sink its teeth, like it would rip you apart. And I'm sorry, that sounds disgusting, but like they're powerful. Basically, it's a really powerful animal that will go after its prey with speed. And so that's the type of energy that we need to move forward. It's, again, back to that strength card, just going after it, but from a place of passion, because it feels right and it's playful. And then the next card, it's upside down and it's victory. Victory. So, Archangel Sandalphon, your prayers have been heard and answered. Have faith. And because this was upside down, oh, let me say, hey, Uxbridge podcast, Uxbridge Beat, I should say, podcast. How are you? So, because it was upside down, it's like there's not a belief that you already have had a victory that you need to celebrate. So I gave the example of opportunity coming in that's not necessarily like the total be all and end all of where I want to be, but it made me feel safe and it made me feel joyful. It made me feel really good. So I'm going to celebrate that, right? That is a victory. That is awesomeness. So let's be in gratitude and celebrate those victories, because as we celebrate those victories, we are getting onto the current, getting into our flow. We haven't, as opposed to putting an anchor down and saying, wait, not quite ready to go. I don't know if this is right. That's not everything I was asking for, which makes it kind of shitty, right? So, no, instead of that, we're not anchoring down right now, hopping on what has been presenting, that is felt, that you is feeling good. Just trust in that. And because you don't know where it's going to take you. And so, okay, so they're giving me a visual of being on that raft. So you make a choice. You've got your victory. You're on that raft. And you're going through and you're directing yourself. So they're showing me with a paddle, and you're doing a little bit of directing yourself, but it's not like a sweaty, heavy process. It's enjoying the ride. You're going to need to do stuff. So your muscles will be engaged. You will be putting some effort forth, but the effort feels enjoyable. It feels like it's a nice scene. It's a nice experience, and there's an ease and a flow to it. So that feels really good. And let's see if it's going to show us where it's going to. Openness, expansiveness. So it's showing me the river. It opens up nice and wide, and there is like a city line, like a line of different types of buildings and colors and everything that I can see. But I'm not seeing the clarity of it. But it feels like civilization, right? It feels like creative opportunity because of all the different colors that I was seeing. And it feels like it's more like a painting that they're showing me. So there's definitely like the artistic side of it. Yeah, it's creative, it's colorful, it's an adventure to explore. When you're looking at someone's painting that has all these different elements to it, it's something to explore. So that's what this is going to lead to. So we need to celebrate the victory that we are all experiencing in some way right now. I even see it as a victory. So I've mentioned we had a tornado hit in Uxbridge, a lot of devastation to many areas. And by me getting power, it was a victory. Even using my toaster, I was in gratitude for. I'm like, wow, I'm in so much appreciation that I can plug in a toaster and use it. I'm in so much appreciation that I can make my own coffee. I'm in so much appreciation that I can watch a YouTube video and do my workouts, my favorite workouts. I'm in so much appreciation for the community that I live in that have all banded together to help each other to cut up trees and move logs and to bring each other food and to put their food in each other's freezers and to drop off a flashlight or a lantern. Um, to invite someone in to use your gas stove top, like, oh, I smell some baking, someone's making cookies downstairs. So that they're all victories, right? To be in a place of gratitude and appreciation despite whatever has happened, that's a victory. And so we need to celebrate, we need to be in gratitude for all that. And that helps to raise the vibration and open us up for more amazingness. And the last card that came out is Spread Your Wings. And I love it how in this image, she is just like leaning into it, leaning forward. And that song, for a while, it was playing in my head so much, and then I would literally play it a lot. This is me from the Greatest Showman, the Greatest Showman um, movie, the soundtrack. This is me. So like this, yeah, I love it. I just want to look at it with my glasses to feel into the energy of it. So she's a beautiful goddess. So it's Archangel Ariel. So she's a beautiful god. I see her. So she's an angel. I'm also seeing her as a fairy. She has that fairy like beautiful yet goddess amazing energy. I love the energy of this card. And I want to show you because it's if she's getting married, even like that's also the energy of it with the decorative webbing that's on her hair that's like sparkly, and then the webbing and feathers that come here and along. It's just the energy is the embracing of the feminine. It's total embodiment of the feminine. And it doesn't matter whether you see yourself as being male, female, non-binary. We all have masculine and feminine energy within us, yin yang energy, right? And so right now, we need to fully embrace the feminine, the goddess, the mother, the daughter, the wife, the the sacred beauty is what I've heard. The sacred beauty of femininity in all of its beauty and glory. So that is the fertile woman, that is the creator self, that is that motherly energy, that gentleness, that patience, that coaching, that teaching, um, and also the wisdom, like the wisdom of the crone, the beautiful wisdom of the crone. And so all of that is being embraced right now. When you embrace that, you are spreading your wings, you're leaning into it. You're like, this is fucking me. And I'm going after what I want and embracing the journey for what just came into my life. Um, that celebration, I wasn't quite celebrating yet. Like, I know I was in total excitement, but I feel like because there's an element I wasn't necessarily fully celebrating over, because what is presenting forth that felt good or feels good that you've accepted, you're saying yes to, is a success of you following your journey. And I really needed to get to a place of being, I'll call it being humbled. And whether that's the right term, I'm not sure. But for me, it's the feeling of the word that is right for the situation for me. It's that being okay with, yeah, I'm hesitating on the details to share. I would say what I will share is embracing the financial offering at this time, and yet still valuing who I am and what I have to offer. Because now that I finally feel like I'm in a place where I'm more so embracing myself than I ever have. And I know I still have more to learn and grow in that area, right? But I'm embracing myself more than I ever have, and valuing what I can offer to, let's say, a mate, what I can offer as a mom, what I can offer as a friend, and what I can offer to within the workplace, within the career, within the world, right? What I can offer. And how I offer my gifts, I might not have a clear picture of it yet. I might have an idea of what feels really good based on the experiences that I've had in my life. But I also need to be open in the way it can unfold, because you can share in your gifts in so many different ways that there might be a way where you can share your gifts where you will have the most balance and joy and beautiful experience. You might think that an experience like XYZ is the most awesomest thing ever. So, of course, that's what you want. But maybe because that's just your perception, you haven't really experienced that. Maybe in movies, social media, books you've read, different compilations of different things, people you've been associated, things that they've done that create that image, right? Um, but maybe be open to having a clean slate. So they're showing me watching a movie, they're showing me like a film, and you don't necessarily know what's going to happen, but it will be an adventure. So be open to it. Hey, North of Toronto, be open to the adventure while putting it out to the universe and what feels good. So you're looking for that or better. You're just, this is the feel that I'm looking for, and being open to it, and being open and trusting in the alignment and in the process of things, how things are going to unfold. Be open and allow the beauty to flow. So back to spread your wings. Thanks so much for the inspiration tonight. You're so welcome. I feel like I'm so glad you were here. Thank you for joining. The last thing I'm going to say about this, so the spread your wings, don't hold back right now. The timing is perfect and you are ready to soar. So whatever has presented, go for it. Do it. If it feels good, right? If it feels terrible, then don't do it. But if there's something about it that feels really good, that makes your heart sing, and if you've gotten into a place of fear, but it was feeling good, then talk to that fear, journal about it, let it go, release it, burn that shit up. You can journal about it and burn those patterns, those fears up. And trust that if you've been focusing and trusting that you can create awesomeness, then what has flowed your way is going to help to bring that awesomeness to you. But always trust in your intuition. Listen to your heart and listen to that sacral chakra. Gracie, are you coming down? What do you want to do? It's Gracie. All right, baby. Yeah, you wanted to give some love? So I'm glad you guys. Oh, Dana. Hey, Dana. How are you? You are just woman, with a huge heart, by the way. The same with everyone who's on here. Green-eyed goddess, another gorgeous goddess in the house. I know, Choo Choo. I know. So, anyway, those are cool messages that came through. If you missed it, if you have an opportunity at some point this weekend, even if you're just listening to it while you're doing other stuff, maybe you're cleaning, organizing, whatever you're doing, because there were beautiful messages in there. And those of you, if you're listening in now, and just so you know, the beginning has to do with Facebook dating app and the things that I've been learning. And if you have your soulmate, like you're already there, you can skip over that part and get to the weekend reading, which is where I pull a card. So as soon as you see me pulling cards, then that will be the start of the weekend reading. Whoops, with some cool messages that flowed through. This is starting to get top heavy here. Maybe go like that. Is that going to help? I think that's a little bit of an angle now, but okay. So that is it. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. And keep on purging, keep on detoxifying, drink lots of water. If you have an opportunity to have some green juice, that just reminded me, I do have a green juice down in my fridge because I had to restock it. And even lemon water would be really good this weekend, whether it's hot or cold lemon water, whatever feels best for you. And that's it. So from my light to yours, if you want to join me at yoga tomorrow, I was just about to say from my light to yours, namaste, but hold on. If you want to join me for yoga tomorrow morning, you can send me a DM and I can send you the link, and you can, it'll be just a pay as you go. And I'm going to have my schedule for my summer classes, some of which will be outside in Uxbridge. I'm going to create a calendar with the certain dates, but there's going to be some Sundays, a lot of Sundays, June, July, and August, that I'll be doing yoga in the park. And then I'll do some evenings. One will be over Zoom. The other one might be an evening class in the park once the mosquitoes are not as bad. So maybe July and August. Otherwise, they'll be on Zoom. And if it's bad weather, it can be on Zoom. All right. So from my light to your beautiful, amazing light, namaste. And if you want to book a one-on-one channel reading and healing session or one-on-one yoga, or if you want to join my group yoga classes, you can send me a DM. Thank you, everyone. From my light to yours, again, namaste. Sending so much love. I'm going to say goodbye on Instagram. See you later. All right. And then my YouTube peeps. I hope you have a fabulous weekend. Thank you so much for your support. And yeah, we'll see you soon. Bye.